Here we are with the fantastic little Fiat. I am in love with this car. It has suicide doors, which is one of my favorite features. This side has glass and the window roll-up contraption assembly to roll the window up and down. That side has a busted window. We'll get to that later. Seats, pretty rough. It is manual. I believe it's just a 4-speed. This is the most I have looked inside of this car yet. Oh, we got some rolled up cigarettes. Fun. We'll dig around in there a little later. We have 3 switches. Who knows what they do? They all 3 work though. Wheels in okay shape. It does turn. I haven't tried moving the stick yet. It's not really a gear. Actually, that may not be attached to anything. I'm not going to pull the e-brake. I'm scared to see what that does. Seats may not be as bad as I thought at first. Floors are shot. Yuck. Yeah, big holes and whatnot. We'll rip that carpet out and get the inside cleaned out here soon. I'll get that stuff out later and show you the floors back there. It's not good, but that's okay. We bought this car for $500. No title, but I can get a title for it. I did get a bill of sale when I bought it. Definitely not stolen. Let me show you under the hood. Here's our gas tank. Haven't tried to open it yet. I don't know what's in here. I know that right here is where the spare tire would go, but it's rotted out and obviously no spare tire. The fuel sending unit wires are actually intact as well. That's nice. There's a cap here that says fluid important, check fluid fill, use only HD type non-mineral fluid. I still don't know what that is. I don't know what could be in there. Seems important. We'll mess with that a little later. I'm missing one trim piece on the front. Otherwise, the headlights and the bezels and bumper are here. That's nice. Roof is in pretty good shape. No major dings or dents. The fenders on each side have pretty significant rust in this area and on the floor right there in the corners. I'm not sure what happened here. It's scrunched in on both sides. It's almost like someone tried picking this up with a forklift with a strap wrapped around the top. Both these rear windows are gone. You can see the driver's window was there, but it got busted in at some point. I can't get this to open from the outside. You have to come to the inside. That is your interior door handle to open it. There's the window crank. So you see the whole assembly is there. It's just the glass got busted out. Here is our cluster. Ooh, little blinker. It's so cute. Wheel works okay. Don't know what those lights are for. But here's our little gauge cluster. Look at that tiny thing. It's so tiny and not cracked, which is awesome. It's in good shape and says 46,000 miles. Horn button's still there and seems to work. The cable for the gas is still hooked up back there, I noticed. Oh, 410. Sorry, I can't say that. 410 pew pew shell, I think. Some rust out here. Not sure why. I do have all 4 of the original wheels. That's nice. I don't have all 4 of the caps. That's kind of a problem, but I bet I can find them. Memphis State University. I kind of want to clear coat over these stickers just so that they never fade, because I think what's left of them is cool and an awesome little piece of history. That plate, 1969, Missouri tag. Let's see what it looks like back here. You do have to be very careful opening this, because if you open it too hard, you'll bust out that rear glass. Here is our wonderful little 4-cylinder. I haven't looked up to see what cubic inch this motor actually is yet, but we will find out. It is missing oil cap, and if you look in there, you can see there's plenty of mud dauber nests that fell in. Same with the carburetor, a lot of stuff stuck in there. I do not have the air intake system. Excellent farmer hack. Baling wire, ground strap, wonderful. Generator does spin, it's chunky, it spins. Our motor does not turn over, however. There is no bolt on the end of our crank to grab onto to try to turn it, so I haven't really tried to turn it. The flywheel on the backside of the motor is exposed from the cab, so I am going to try turning it from in there, and I bet I will get it to turn. But the more we investigate this motor, the more it tells me I think this thing has a chance of running. Look, our carburetor linkage isn't seized up. I think this carburetor linkage is seized up, but the bottom one isn't, which is nice because that probably means that was closed and kept a bunch of crap from falling into the motor, which I just let fall into the motor by moving it. Awesome. Anyways, here is our dipstick, and if you look, we have oil. I don't see any water. We actually have a good bit of oil, and if I smell it, if I smell it, it smells healthy. Like, it smells just fine. It's not super gassy or anything. I think this was a runner when it was parked. It's just been sitting a long, long time. It's so silly, this little dipstick going in like that. I did look in here already. This tiny little distributor and cap. And look at this. Look at that little, look at the little points and the little distributor cap. And it's all very clean in there. That's very promising because I don't think I can even find these pieces if I tried. Inside the distributor cap is actually almost new. I'm definitely going to try and run this, and I think it'll be just fine. Let's see what the radiator tells us. It's dry, but like the lines going to it are pretty cracked, so I probably just drained out at some point. That's all right. Now, the spark plugs are out of it. That's a little concerning, telling me that someone may have tried to unseize this already, said it's not worth it, and gave up. There's our tiny little flywheel exposed back there. That's how I'm going to try and get the motor to turn over. Now, I don't really have time right now to go and clean out the inside, which would be the logical first step before I start wrenching on this thing. However, I do have time to try and fill up our cylinders with some ATF or something similar to try and lubricate the inside and make it easier for me when I do go to try and turn this over. So I'm going to do that now. Cylinder 2 just leaked it all out. It must be at the top of the stroke. Right, here goes cylinder number 3. Oh, I missed that one completely. Oops. All of our cylinders now have a good bit of ATF. That's nice. I can let that sit and marinate. I feel like a tweaker pulling apart a VCR right now because I have no idea what I'm doing or if I'll ever put it back together. But I sure do love taking stuff apart. It's actually my grandpa's screwdriver. It's kind of cool when you get to use your grandparents' tools. Alright, here comes the valve cover. Let's see if we can save that gasket, because I don't know if I can get another. Get off there. Oh, gasket broke. Never mind. Well, here's what we're dealing with. No substantial rust, but definitely some mud dauber nest there we need to vacuum out. The rest of this all seems decent, which is good to see. I just didn't want to see a ton of rust. Same with the inside of the valve cover. Nothing awful. Just needs a good cleaning. Some rust back here, but I can deal with that. Did decide to go ahead and pull our carburetor off because I can see there's a bunch of debris down in there. And I would like to take this off and just get that debris out before I go trying to turn this over to make sure there's nothing else that got in past it and resting down on our valves. Ooh, got some spider nests and stuff in there. That's fun. Not sure what this plate is here for, but I'm gonna take it off too. That gives us a better look at the inside, and I'll feel better about cleaning that out. Some kind of spider web and other little junk. It's worth cleaning this out as best as I can while I'm here. Well, one of our valves must be open, probably compressed. If I had to guess, looks like it's this one, actually, because I'm pulling ATF from the cylinders up into the intake. That's interesting. That won't hurt anything. If anything, it will eat away some of the carbon and stuff that's built up in here. I might have to take the shop back to that again before we run it. I did get some chunks of stuff sucked up, which is always good. You like to see that. Here's our carburetor after I took the vacuum to it. You can kind of see down there, there's still a lot of mud dauber around that venturi. Clean that out too. But since I'm here and I have the shop vac, I'm going to go ahead and start on the inside before I get in there and get all nasty trying to turn this over from that flywheel. I guess I should do a little explanation as to how I found this car and how it came to be. Well, so I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace, as you can imagine, around 11:30 at night on a Sunday, and I saw this come up for sale about 2 hours from me towards Jefferson City, and I messaged the guy. I told him I want to come get it tomorrow. Well, I don't have truck plates yet. They're coming in the mail, historic plates for my truck, and I had to go get a U-Haul the next day, but I messaged him. He replied once, told him I'm very interested. I'll come get it tomorrow. And the guy said the next day he messaged me at 8 a.m. and said, I've had 50 people message me on this. I need to know right now if you're coming to get it. So I set down the phone, I called U-Haul, and I asked them, do you have any trucks and trailers available? And luckily they did. And while I was on the call with him, he messaged again because he saw that I viewed the message and not replied. And he said, I've got 10 people trying to come right now. I need to know if you're coming to get this. You have 30 minutes to reply. I texted him back real quick. I want it. I'm coming right now. And got out there around 11, got it. The guy said that apparently he was driving around back roads, just gravel roads, and a farmer had this. He had it up for sale, just sitting out front. He said, I'm dying soon. Figure it's time I pass this on to somebody else to enjoy. So I'm not going to get around to it. And the guy bought it, brought it home, and he said the whole town came out and was looking at this car. Also, on the way home from getting this car, I had every place I stopped, there were several people that came out to look at it because you just don't see these in America. I don't know, but if you do find them, they are pretty expensive. This one was $500. I don't have a title for it, but I can get one. I did get a bill of sale with it, and now it's mine. Now I get to clean it out. So let's start on that. I do still have the guy's contact info that sold it to me as well. He was super nice, and if you're watching this, thank you again, guy. Let the interior clean out commence. Here we go. Here's one of the door skins. It's also in really bad shape. I can't imagine this is worth keeping. I'm probably just going to get rid of it. I'll hold off on throwing this away. It's got some metal tabs on it and stuff that I might be able to use when I get a new skin. We'll wait on this. We got a nice putty knife. A Red Devil putty knife. That's a keeper. Not much of a floor left. It looks like mice did not eat our wire harness. That's nice. See, it's pretty much intact. Got a coil. That might still be good. Hold on to that. A bottle cap for some Mr. Pure. All right. Some more pew pew shells. Fun. This is the door trim for one of the rear windows. Hold on to that. Ooh. What fun stuff is in here? Nice. We got some wrapped up bits of burned tin foil in a plastic baggie. You can only imagine what was in that. We do have some clear coat wax. Not like it'd do this thing a whole lot of good, but we got it. We got a coil from something else. Who knows what that's to, really. The strongest part of the floors in this thing is the carpet. All this plastic mat is so fragile that it's just tearing to pieces, so I'm throwing it out. I just wanted to show you before I went to vacuum out. There's not a whole lot of floor left. I mean, there's really almost none at all over there. Nice hole back there, but I'm going to have to do some serious work up here under the seats. These seats are coming out. This floor pan, I got to do something about. Probably more than that, but it's a good start. So I got this side pretty well vacuumed out. Still have to do the driver's side. I was vacuuming out up here, getting all that stuff out down here, and I realized there's a cover here. And underneath that cover is where our battery sits. Our terminals are pretty rotted out, but the wires actually seem okay. And I believe that is our brake master cylinder. This, I discovered, is our clutch reservoir, I believe. And if you look, it's still got fluid in it. Brown and rusty, but still, I was not expecting that. So, what are the odds that our clutch still works? I would say pretty low. I'd imagine I'd still have to replace this stuff, but still, that is cool. Let's put that back on for now. Let's get to vacuuming out the driver's side, and then we'll be done in the cab, and maybe I'll power wash this later. I got the car vacuumed out. Went about as you would imagine. The holes got worse. Shocker. Anyways, looking back here at our transmission, I realized something kind of unfortunate. This is where our starter goes. We are missing a starter, and I have no idea if I can buy one or if anyone has one or anything. I've got a pickle fork, small pry bar, and a little hammer, because we're going to try grabbing onto these teeth of the clutch right here and try turning our motor over. Hopefully we can get it to budge. Let's try our pickle fork first, see if we can get some leverage on something. Be able to move this. Oh, it moved a tiny bit. There we go, it's moving. Okay, maybe back the other way. Yeah, see, it is moving. You know what, I might go pull our rockers just to make sure I don't bend our push valves. By removing our rocker assembly, I can now say with certainty we are not fighting against anything on this assembly, the valves, or going to bend the push rods. And now we can test our valves and see if they work. I can also test these and see if they spin freely. See, like that is what you want, is a rocker to move freely. This one's a little stiff. That one moves free. That one's okay. That one's okay. That one's okay. That one's okay. Okay. All of our rockers moved. That is extremely concerning. See right there, someone tried drilling out a screw, some kind of broken screw, and didn't do a very good job. Looks like they had an extractor brake on them too. I don't know what that would be for. While we're here, we can also test our valves. We could smack on each of these with a dead blow and see if they move okay. Let's try that. There, that'll help them move. Now I can smack on them. That one's fine. That one is stuck. Oh, but it freed up. See, now we're bouncing. If it has a hard hit like that, you don't feel it bouncing back at all, you know that valve is stuck. That one's stuck. But it freed up. See? Now it's bouncing back and our valve is doing valve things. That one's stuck, but it freed up too. That one's stuck, but it freed up. See, that one did the same thing. It was stuck, it got bound up downward, and then came back up as I kept hitting it. These I think we're gonna have an issue with. Nope. No, that one's fine. All right, last one. I think it's good. Yep, all our valves are fine. That's good. So I found out that here on the front of the engine, after talking to some enthusiasts, this little aluminum plate on the front of our pulley actually has a centrifugal oil cleaner within it. And there's also a nut underneath this. That might be our only chance of turning this over. So I'm trying to get this plate off right now, and it is really stuck on there. I was just now able to get this chisel to start. Please come off of there. Ooh. Oh no. Yeah, our chances of getting this motor working just dropped significantly. That does not look good. But we have that nut that I can use to turn over the motor now. That would have made things a lot easier if I had known. See, we're moving just a tiny bit. And then we have a hard stop. Ew. Nothing especially alarming here, but I will try and clean out those coolant passages. I mean, let's see if I can smack it with a hammer up here and get these cylinders to turn over maybe. I have now used this one block of wood to unseize like 4 motors. Let's see if we can make it 5. Got a whole lot of rust and crap out of this cylinder. That's a good thing I pulled the head then to get that out of there, otherwise it may have damaged our valves. I think we moved it a little. Yeah. Did you see that come up just a little bit? You can see it's moving just a tiny bit. Oil is thick and black, but no water. I'm still gonna pull this oil pan though. I have some bad news. Upon closer examination of our plug for the oil drain, we have a lot of sludge and a lot of glitter, which probably means this thing was running when it seized up. At least that's what I'm assuming. So it is 1 a.m. right about now, and I cannot help myself. I gotta know what is in this oil pan. So here we go, last bolt. Let's take it off and have a look. Well, we definitely got some sludge and some chunks. I'll have to look at it closer and see if it's any metal, but Looking up here, I don't see any reason why this would not turn over. That's our timing chain, and it is absolutely floppy as can be. There we go. Nice. Oh yeah. Nice. It's coming off. Ow, it's hot. Nice. Pulley removed. There it is. Well, that's loose, but that's no reason this thing shouldn't turn over. That didn't do a whole lot for us. It's kind of disappointing. We've been soaking these cylinders for another couple of days, and the only next step I really have left on these is pulling our rod caps here and then taking a block of wood and a hammer and trying to push these cylinders up and out just one at a time. And I'm betting it's cylinder number 4 and cylinder number 1 up here that is causing our problems. So let's try pulling number 4. We'll get a look at these rod bearings as well, and that'll tell us a little bit more about what's going on at the same time. Oh wow, that was finger tight. Has someone else been here before? Okay, now this one is tight. That's weird. Ugh. Got some nice chunks in there. I gotta clean that up. These look pretty cooked. That hasn't moved at all, has it? Nope. I'm pulling off our pickup tube before I smack it with a hammer and ruin it. Also, after looking at this sludge, we have to clean out the inside of it anyways. Ooh, yeah, a lot of crap coming out from in there. That's not good. Let's pull number 1 because 1 and 4 are the ones that are at the bottom of the stroke, and I think they are the ones that are holding us up. There we go. Ooh, same deal. Look at that. Creamy, milky oil stuff. And that is rough. We'll clean these up better and get a better look at them, but I'm not too confident about it right now. Oh, I think it's moving. Yeah, we're definitely moving number 1. There's our top bearing. Oh yeah, it's just as bad. Not good. That's the oil port. That's where oil comes through the crank to lubricate this bearing, and it is full of mud. Well, unfortunately, there is not a chance that I will be able to recover that cylinder. I may as well stop now. So, time to pull that motor out. Probably pull the transmission to... Let's get this motor out to start, and then we can start shopping for a motorcycle engine to put back in here. That's exciting. This is actually a really easy engine pull too, because all you have to do to take it out is pull those 4 bolts around the transmission going into the block. And then since I have everything out on the back, it should all slide right out and I can get that motor out. Not as tight as you would have thought they were. It's almost like this thing just wants me to put a different motor in. There's a puny motor in the back of me. It sucks. Okay, let's see how strong I am today. Engine auto! I hope I didn't just bend that shaft by resting the motor like that. But it seems okay. It looks pretty straight still. I didn't put all the motor weight on it, just more than I should have because it was still supported by our scissor jack here. Get on here. Well, there you go. Motor is out and gone. So is transmission. That leaves us a blank canvas to start from. And then on the transmission, this thing was never going to work either. And look, if I should have drained it, but I don't even have to. Look, there's water coming out of it. See? But also, we had a ton of mud built up in our transmission and like sandy gravel, which is consistent with flood type territory. On this side, there was pieces of metal. I don't know what from, but there were chunks of metal that came out. So this transmission is going to need a full rebuild as well. So if you're still watching, will it run? No, it will not. But now I get to call the next video CBR 1000 swapping my Fiat 600 or whatever motor I find. I'm going to try and find a 1000 and then build a fixture from there for the axle and such. Yeah, this is a good thing. And then I am probably going to end the video there just because I haven't posted a video in a really long time. And it would be cool to make this a two-part video, I suppose. I'm sorry to leave you disappointed that I couldn't get running, but there was just no chance. But anyways, I guess thank you for watching. And check out part 2 whenever it's ready, please.